It was on the 23rd of December 2022. We woke up just like every other day, expecting the best of the day, expecting the blessings that the day have to offer for the family, expecting everything good for the day. But unfortunately, things that we never expected came up, and it was an unfortunate incident. So on that particular day, 23rd December 2022, around 12 p.m., my kids were still sleeping because they will play the whole night, and they sleep and it goes up to that time. So around 12 p.m. they were still sleeping. I was like, okay, let me make something for them so that when they are awake, they are going to eat. So when I was done making the food, they woke up. So I dished out the food, which my husband, and my kids were eating together. All of a sudden, things changed. My 1 year son came and fed his dad, and then he came, gave me some. So after that time out, he was shouting in pains, he was yelling in pains. You can see this person is in pain. So before I know it, he fell to the floor. So I rushed, pick him up, like, what's going on, what's happening? Then he started vomiting, twisting himself, crying in pains. I know that this guy has discomfort in the stomach because of the way he twists. So I have some first aid items at home. So I got him gripe water, I gave him gripe water, and things never changed. It seems as if it moved from bad to worse, and I had to rush. I crossed the issue of maybe constipation. The way he was twisting, the idea of maybe hookworm was the thing that came to my mind next, because the first thing that came to my mind was constipation. The next thing that came to my mind was hookworm. So I get a medication that it's called albendazole. So I got that medication, I gave to him. Things moved from slow march to quick march, fam. Things moved from bad to worst. So he started vomiting, twisting, crying and shouting. Before I knew it, this boy was moving. He was vanishing right before my two eyes. I felt like the whole world is crumbling right before my presence. I took my son, I started running down the stairs. Fortunately, I got a tricycle man, and he rushed me to the hospital. The timing that I went down the staircase, I really do not know. Going to the hospital, I don't know how everything went, but we went to the hospital and they did their checkup. First of all, when I reached the hospital, they said this boy has to be kept in the emergency unit so that medications will be carried on immediately. We went to the emergency unit and they started their treatment. My son was losing it. He could not move, he could not do anything. He was just watching me. He was just putting this look on his face like, Mom, are you there? And all these things is happening, like, are you leaving me, fam? I don't know, but I just felt like the whole situation is happening again right before me. He was just watching me. He could not move, nothing. I felt the whole world was just against me. I felt everything is just falling apart. After that timing, he got better and they took us to the recovery room. In the recovery room, the symptoms started coming back again. Like, he was getting better for like an hour to 2 hours. He was getting better. Before I know it, things changed again. He started, like, same symptoms returned back. The crying, the twisting and vomiting. This time the symptoms were now bad. They came check on him. They are like, no, he has fever. I told these guys, this baby is not showing me any fever symptoms. They are like, no, this is a sign of fever. I'm like, no, this guy has problem with the stomach. Check on my baby. My baby has problem with the stomach. And when their general doctor came, like their head of doctors came, so they were trying to explain to the man, me, I just want my child to be free from whatever that is wrong with him. So I had to explain to the man, this guy has problem in the stomach and not this issue of fever. You people should cross fever for now. This is not the issue of fever, this is stomach issue. So the man was like, okay, let the baby down, let me check on the stomach. And then I let my son down. So he pressed the stomach, kind of trying to check check on the stomach, and he noticed a kind of a mass in the stomach, and he told me, I can feel this mass. When was the first time you saw it, or when was the last time you saw it? I said, I've never seen this mass. I'm just hearing of the mass you're talking about right now. He said that a sonography should be done immediately, and we took him right to the room that the sonography will be done. And going to the sonography scan, everything was done. With the look on the person's face, I knew that things are actually bad. I knew that things were bad. I knew perfectly well that things were really, really bad. Just looking at the person's body language, looking at the person's face, I knew that things were bad with this boy. I asked her what's wrong with the boy. She told me the problem is from the stomach. I said, yes, I know, but what's wrong with the boy? She told me, go and meet the doctor. I felt like these people are just too slow for me, so I rushed the doctor. I gave the doctor the reports, and he was like, okay, your baby has problem with the intestine, and the problem is called intuseccption. So that's the problem, where the small intestine gets locked into the large intestine. That was what happened with the boy, and he told me they have to move him from that current hospital to another hospital, another bigger hospital, with the equipment to carry out the operation on the guy. So we moved that night. This thing is now getting to around 8 p.m 9 p.m, so we moved from that first hospital to the second hospital. When we moved to the second hospital, I had to rush in to meet the pediatrician. So I met the guy and I explained to him this what is wrong, and this is the transfer letter from the initial hospital. So he read the letter and he was like, okay, we are booking you for emergency surgery. Two things are involved. We are going to try the first one. If the first one doesn't work, we go for the second one. The first one is more like a minor surgery, and the second one is just like the major one, to kind of reduce the pressure. So I was like, okay, fine, just do anything. I'm just interested in this boy's safety. Whatsoever you're talking about is not my business for now. Do whatsoever you know that is going to keep this boy for me. That's what I'm interested in. So they took him immediately to the theater, and everything was like a nightmare. Having to see your little one taken to the theater, having to see your own taken to the theater, you can hear other persons say the stories, you can hear other persons say, okay, my own is taken to the theater room, you'll be consoling the person. But when it's you now experiencing the situation, this was me experiencing the situation for my 1-year-old son taken to the theater room. I felt like everything is just going to crumble right before my presence. I'm really sorry, I'm getting so emotional. Everything is just coming up again. But thank God the hydrostatic reduction was done, and he's now getting better, and we are now discharged from the hospital, so we are back home. Looking at the painkillers that my baby was given, like the painkillers administered to my son, I know that this situation was not an easy one. This is a high dose, very, very high dose of painkiller given to a 1-year-old son, a 1-year-old child. It was really traumatizing for me. It was really traumatizing. Every mother out there, may God keep protecting our own. May God keep protecting our children for us. I really do not know, but this is how I spent my Christmas. Please, please, I'm pleading with all of you, put my son in your prayers, put my family in your prayers. I know you can help me in your prayers. I'm sorry there was no introduction, but that's it from me, guys. See you in my next and upcoming videos. I don't want to get emotional anymore. See you guys in my next and upcoming videos. Bye.